Please can you tell me your name, job title and company name?
Good morning, Andrew. My name's Leigh Howarth. I'm the Business Development Manager at M-CNC here in Bridgwater.
And M-CNC is a precision engineering company. Put simply, what is precision engineering?
So we are precise. We use very accurate measuring equipment to make complex components to within 5 to 10 microns. So you have, everybody knows what a millimeter is. So if you divide a millimeter by 1,000, that's how accurate and how small and precise M-CNC can work to make components for various industries.
And what type of components do you manufacture and where are they used?
As M-CNC are a subcontract machining shop, which means we do not have our own product, M-CNC take a design, a drawing, and a CAD model, computer-aided model, and we make our customers' components to their exacting specifications. We are involved with motorsport, automotive predominantly. We make components for hill climb series of race cars. We make components and gearboxes for historical cars, so your 1950s, 60s, 70s Ferraris and Bugattis and things like this. We also make components for the leisure industry, and you might think the leisure industry. So we've got one customer that has very advanced technologies, and we aid them and manufacture components for example, jet-powered surfboards. So here, this is an impeller pump housing. It's a water pump. So this gets bolted onto the back of the engine, the shaft comes through, and then we have what's called an impeller. So it's not a propeller, it's an impeller. And the shaft comes all the way through the middle, and this then fits into here. And once the engine is running, it spins at high speed, and water is sucked in through here and ejected out the back, and that's what gives the jet propulsion. This holds the wheels on your car and adjusts the suspension effectively, so it's at an angle, if you can see that. And at the back here there are lots of different precise holes, and what this does is when the mechanics, if they're on one certain race course, they can adjust the camber of the wheels by adjusting this. So we get a compounded angle that will aid the car's performance on whatever track it might be on. So they, again, motorsport, again, this is a WRX wheel upright. So if you take the wheel off and the suspension unit, everything attaches to this. Now this is made from solid 7 series aluminium, which is a very strong, dense aluminium. If you can imagine a Subaru WRX going over jumps at 60, 80, 100 miles an hour, all the pressures of the wheels come through this component here. And if you can see the number of features, there's lots of different holes, angles. So we made this one on our 5-axis machines, which enables us to get the accuracy of all the features in line with each other. We also do components for the defense industry. We also are AS 9100 Rev D accredited, which is our quality systems and procedures that we need to service the aerospace industry. The space industry itself here within the UK, and down in the southwest we've got Space Cornwall. So what is space? So it's satellite communications, rocket technology, fuel technology, communications technology, and all these features that are required need to be produced by precision engineering. So it's quite exciting, and there's all sorts of different things that we can make.
Are there exciting career opportunities in the area?
Oh, absolutely. To give you an idea, M-CNC, in the last 3.5 years, we've grown from 9 people to 32 people. And our biggest problem is finding skilled people. Luckily for us, we've got a good relationship with Bridgwater and Taunton College, and we take on apprentices regularly. Now, there are different, as I mentioned, there are different aspects of engineering, and we tend to look for machinists, but we also need programmers, people that understand CAD/CAM and software, so we can manipulate these models that some designer has come up with, and we can turn that, generate it into a code, then transfer that onto our machine and actually make something. So at the end of the day, the week, the month, you have a physical something in your hand. But that can also lead on to a career like myself. I started off as an apprentice tool maker. I then progressed to become a skilled guy. I thought I was skilled way before I was actually skilled. So, and then I started making aerospace and Formula One parts. This is when my eyes were opened to UK manufacturing. As a salesman, I've travelled the entire length of the country. I've stood in 12-foot diameter valves up in Aberdeen. I've signed the official Secrets Act, Her Majesty's Government Communications Centre, to make some special widgets. Obviously, I can't tell you about them. You can go into any aspects. You could become a production manager. You could become more of in the planning and estimating. So the career choices within engineering are phenomenal at this moment in time within the UK.
Excellent. And what skills are you looking for in team members?
So proper skill sets for us are an analytical mind, being able to think forward. So because you need to plan. If somebody says, Leigh, can you please make me this widget? Yes, the answer is, but how am I going to hold it? What tooling am I going to need? So there are steps and processes that you need to go through in order to achieve the end result. But we are looking for bright young people that have a fundamental core skills of mathematics, and science. It's the STEM subjects: science, technology, engineering, and maths. So if a 16-year-old comes to me and he's not very good at English, I'm not too concerned if he turns around to me and says, yeah, I've been taking my skateboards apart, my BMXs apart, my moped apart, and fixing them, putting them back together. That shows me that they've had to plan, had to think about it. Because it's one thing to take something apart, it's something else to repair it, put it all back together so it's in a good working function and order. So it's the ability to be able to think forward. What happens if I do this, or when I do that? What will the result be? But technology is definitely the way forward. And people think, oh, manufacturing is all going to be done by robotics. Yes, we have robotics and automation here at M-CNC. However, the robot is only as good as the person that's telling it what to do. So you still need skilled people to be able to make these and run these sorts of automated equipment that's coming into play now.
Thank you, Leigh. It's really, really helpful. And I think it's given people a good insight into what's needed to be a successful engineer. Finally, could you set a practical task that someone could try at home?
Yes, I could do. Now, there's engineering, by definition, is finding a solution by applied mathematics. So it's understanding stresses and strains and different forces and masses and pulling, pushing, all these kind of things. Now, one challenge would be, I would like to challenge with one sheet of A4 paper, and you need 2 house bricks. I want you to make a bridge that will support an empty drinks can. So a standard 300 milliliter aluminium can, Coke, lemonade, Tango, whatever it might be. I want you to build me a bridge that will support the mass of one Coke can, and it'll be supported through. And trust me, one sheet of A4 paper can hold up. Like, so you can see me there in the cameras, look a bit underneath. So support the paper each end, however way you want, no sellotape, no drawing pins, no glue tack, and support a can of Coke, an empty can, drinks can I should say, and see if you can achieve that. And just out of interest, if anybody can, I'd be interested to know, this is an engine component for a drone, but what kind of engine is it? I don't know if you can see that there. And we have inlets and outlets. Now this is the center plate, and there's another component that attaches this side, and there's another component that attaches this side. Well, that's the middle of an engine. What kind of engine is it?
You're looking for the technical term for that type of engine, yeah?
Indeed.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Leigh.